thank you.
Conservative, but basic, a good February look.
Well, for a colorblind guy, I got away with it. Thank you, Mr. King. Nice to see you again. It's been a few days. Good evening again, everyone. Often we think of news as being about great issues and grand debates, and that it is. At least it's one way to look at it, but here is another. Individuals who in small ways change the world, perhaps not as intended, but change it nevertheless.
He was just an average Joe, and then he became famous, sort of.
I can just remember going home and remembering I actually had a record. You know, I made a record.
Then it ended, sort of. The life and legend of an ordinary star.
So it's a busy hour ahead. We begin tonight with fame. Fame the condition, fame the ambition, fame the gears and pulleys for making more fame, especially overnight fame. And what an industry that has become. In some respects, Walter Winchell and Hedda Hopper would hardly recognize it. In other ways, though, nothing much has changed. Stars are still different from the rest of us, yet these days it seems anybody can be a star. In a moment, a star maker. First, though, a guy who did it the old-fashioned way. Or at least he tried.
I'd like to bring out the most handsome man in the world of Pittsburgh show business. Joe Grushecky!
I swear I heard you down here singing. The next thing you know, I was talking to the king, and I was talking.
Have a great band called the Houserockers. Recorded a lot of albums over the years.
Unless you're from Pittsburgh, you've probably never heard of Joe Grushecky.
The first record came out on MCA. It was in 1979. It was quite a thrill. I can just remember going home and remembering I actually had a record. You know, I had made a record. Rolling Stone called it the debut record of the year.
Everyone was really excited. This was the sound of the times. This is muscular rock and roll, and you know, people were really gripped by what they were doing.
You came this close to making it the big time.
Welcome to Solid Gold.
Critics are saying that they'll soon be one of rock's superstar bands. Here singing our pick hit of the week, Friday night, the Iron City Houserockers.
But Joe Grushecky never struck gold, never had a hit record, just a family to support. So he decided to teach, and not teach the easy kids. Grushecky teaches severely disturbed children.
They're really the forgotten kids. There was once upon a time when there was TV without cable. Some of their backgrounds are so unbelievably hard. You wonder how they survive on a day-to-day basis.
Joe Grushecky has been doing this difficult, high burnout job for more than 25 years. But this is still just his day job.
Down to the bar, boys. 1, 2, 3, 4.
By night, he still heads up what has been called one of the best bar bands in America.
Put your ears by where the band was playing, just for me.
A lot of Grushecky's gigs are for charities. Over the years, he's raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for a multitude of causes.
I just thought it was, you know, part of being a musician and an artist was giving back to the community. And
hope I don't go home alone tonight.
Bruce Springsteen and I met in New York City in 1980.
Bruce Springsteen collaborates a lot with Grushecky. They even co-wrote some songs.
There's a cold silence that can't go on.
Recently, Joe Grushecky called Bruce up to do a benefit for flood victims in Pennsylvania. They ended up raising $250,000.
I can kiss my own eye. I'm amazed at how fast they grow.
If things would have worked differently then, I wouldn't be where I'm at today, and I'm very happy with my wife and my family. I think it's silly to sit around and think about what might have been or have regrets. Fame's really not important, and how do you term success? I mean, I've certainly done just about everything I've set out to do, except make a lot of money or have a big hit record.
You know, he's a working class guy, but you know, he sees himself as somebody who has gotten a lot from this society and is giving something back.
How much it means to me. Oh, it means to me.
Well, sometimes good things come to good people. Code of Silence, the song that Joe wrote with Bruce Springsteen, is up for a Grammy this weekend in Los Angeles. Now the process that Grushecky managed to avoid, or that managed to avoid him, perhaps a little of both. For years, Merv Griffin has made himself rich by making himself and others famous.